Hello everyone, welcome to Millennaires channel. I hope you are investing for the better future. Today we are going to discuss in detail Indian consumer electricals and durable sector. So let's deep dive into this sector. We will look at the consumer electricals, then consumer durables, also known as white goods. Then we will look at the key drivers for the sector, industry trends, and lastly, we'll look at the valuations. First, let's start with the consumer electricals. Consumer electricals sector, the market size of this sector currently is approximately 1.25 trillion rupees, and it is expected that this industry will reach to INR 2 trillion rupees in next 5 years and will grow at 10% CAGR. If we look at the consumer electrical sector, which mainly comprises of cables and wires, switch gears and switches, lighting, fans, kitchen appliances, and others. In consumer electrical sector, the biggest sector or subsector is cables and wires, then switch gears and switches, and lighting. These three sectors constitute the biggest mix of this sector. First, look at the cables and wires. The main driver for the cables and wires segment is mainly the infrastructure and real estate sector, and the top three companies or top companies in this segment is Polycab, KEI Industries, Havells, and Finolex. Next is switchgear and switches. Again, the main driver for the switch gears and switch segment is the real estate sector and the infrastructure spending. The top three companies are Panasonic, Legrand, and Havells. Next is lighting. The top three companies are Philips, Crompton, Havells. The main driver for the lighting segment is mainly the professional lighting, that is street lighting, the lighting which is used in offices, professional lighting, etc. The next one is fans. If we know that from 1st January 2023, new energy efficiency norm have been implemented for the fans. So the next driver for the fans segment will be the new energy efficient fan, which says that it can save up to 40 to 50% of the electricity. So it is going to be very beneficial in the coming years. And the top three companies are Crompton, Havells, and Usha. Crompton has approximately 27% market share, then Havells, which is at 20% market share, and Havells is mainly present in the premium fan segment. Next is kitchen appliances. Kitchen appliances, the mixer grinder has the biggest percentage mix in this segment, and the top three companies are Bajaj, Philips, and Havells. If we know the recent acquisitions in this kitchen appliances segment, for example, Crompton has acquired Butterfly Gandhimati, and V-Guard has acquired a private limited company in the kitchen appliances. So this kitchen appliances segment is witnessing a lot of activity because it is one of the biggest growing segment in India. And lastly, others, which mainly includes air cooler, water heater, and water purifier. If you look at the top companies in these product segments, are in air cooler it is Symphony, which has more than 50% of the market share, then Crompton and Havells. Next is water heater, again Havells, Record, AO Smith. These are the top three companies in the segment. Water purifier, we know that the famous brand Eureka Force, which has the AquaGuard brand, it has more than 60 to 70% of the market share. and the second one is AO Smith and Kent RO. We know that Kent RO brand of Kent. This is all about the consumer electricals segment. Before we move forward, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more learning in investing. Next segment is consumer durables, that is also known as white goods. The white goods market size is currently approximately 1 trillion rupees and expected to reach 1.75 trillion. That is, will grow at 12% CAGR in next 5 years. The biggest product segment in consumer durables sector is mainly the air conditioner. The next bigger is washing machine, refrigerator, TV, dishwasher. The very differentiation or the main demand driver for the consumer durable sector is especially the air conditioner. Why air conditioner is the fastest growing segment in consumer durables? We'll come to know in just few seconds. Just look at this data. It says that the penetration level of air conditioner is only 8%. If we compare this penetration level number with other Asian countries, for example, China has more than 50%, Indonesia has more than 50%, US has more than 70-80%. So if we look at our competitors, every competing country has more than 50% penetration level in air conditioner, but in India this penetration level is only 8%. Just imagine, even if you want to reach at 50% penetration level, even from this level the market is going to grow 7 to 8 times in next 10 to 15 years. So this is the biggest driver of the consumer durables sector, that is air conditioner. If you notice the top 3-4 companies, the number one is Voltas, which has market share of approximately 25%. You all know that Voltas is a Tata brand. Next is LG, which is an unlisted company. Next is Blue Star. Then Lloyd. Lloyd is a part of Havells brand. And if you talk about the fifth one, which is a Daikin, a Japanese company. Again, it is a unlisted company. So among these top 5, Voltas, Blue Star and Lloyds are the listed companies. Next is washing machine. Again, the penetration level is just 12%. It is shocking to know that only 12% of Indians use washing machine. The top companies are LG, IFB, Samsung and Whirlpool. IFB and Whirlpool are the listed companies in India. Next one is refrigerator. Only 33% penetration. The top 3 companies are LG, Whirlpool, Samsung. Next is television. We must have assumed that every Indian household must be having a TV at home, but it is not a case. Only 65% of the Indians currently have television at our homes. So the penetration level is only 65%. The top companies are LG, Samsung and Sony. The new category which has entered in last 3 to 4 years, especially during lockdown, COVID lockdown, is dishwasher, which has penetration of less than 1%. If we just look at the penetration level of these consumer durable goods, the penetration level itself says that the scope of this sector is very bright in next 10 to 15 years. Let's look at the key drivers of the industry. First is penetration. We just spoke about the penetration level of consumer durables, and we have seen especially for AC, which is hardly 8%. So penetration level is the biggest driver of the industry. Second is increasing per capita income. We know that India has per capita income of $2,000. So, and currently India is the fastest growing economy. So the per capita income is going to increase in the next to 10-15 years. So the higher the per capita income, higher the demand for the consumer durables and consumer electricals goods. Next is higher unorganized sector. This driver is mainly for the consumer electricals. Even today, the unorganized percentage in consumer electrical sector is somewhere between 30 to 40%. If we talk about say lighting, it is around 40 to 50% unorganized. Same is the case with the cables and wire. But if we talk about the switches and switch gears, because switches and switch gears requires a lot of technology, so in switches and switch gear segment, unorganized percentage is very low. But as comparison to say cables and wires, which requires less technology, so unorganized sector has higher presence in say cables and wire. Next is improving electrification. In last 8 to 10 years, we have seen that the electrification, especially in the tier 2, 3, 4 cities and rural areas, has improved significantly. And India has achieved 100% electrification in last 6 to 7 years. And after achieving 100% electrification, the demand for consumer electrical goods, especially say LED bulb, fan, LED tube light, cables and wires, switches, has the demand of these goods has improved significantly in rural areas because of availability of power. Next is urbanization. We have been witnessing urbanization very rapidly in last 15 to 20 years in India. So people are moving towards bigger cities and urban area from tier 3, 4 cities and rural area. And this is going to be the case for next 10 to 15 years. So the demand of these electrical goods and durables are going to increase as urbanization will pick up more pace. And the last one is infrastructure and real estate sector. We have been seeing that the focus of the government on infrastructure sector, and in the last budget we have seen that the government has planned 33% higher capex on infrastructure to 10 trillion rupees. And this is not the only year. Government has been focusing a lot on infrastructure over last 7 to 8 years, and this will be the case in the next 10 to 15 years, because infrastructure wise India is very weak. So infrastructure is going to be in focus for next 2 to 3 decades. So infrastructure is the biggest driver for, especially for the consumer electricals sector, mainly cables and wires and switches and switch gear. And the next one is real estate. We have seen that from 2010 to 2020, real estate sector was was very low in terms of growth. But after 2020, the real estate sector has been witnessing demand traction, and it is expected that this sector will see more demand in next 8 to 10 years. Yes, so real estate sector again is the big driver for switch and switch gears, cables and wires, fans, lighting. Next is industry trends. We all know that government has announced PLI scheme, that is production linked incentive scheme for the manufacturing sector, and this sector has seen a lot of progress in last 2 to 3 years, especially on mobile manufacturing, components manufacturing, for example for compressor for air conditioner and the refrigerator, and small components for AC, washing machine, refrigerator. So this sector has seen a lot of activity, especially on the manufacturing side via introduction of PLI scheme. Next is premiumization. In last 1 year, we have seen that urban India is growing very fast as compared to rural India, and demand for premium products in every sector, not just consumer electrical and durable sector. Every sector is witnessing higher demand for premium goods as compared to the economical goods. So premiumization is going to be a very important in the trend for this industry. Next is energy efficiency norm. We know that from 1st January 2023, new energy efficiency norm has been introduced for fans, and again the updated energy efficiency norm for AC has been introduced last year. So likewise, government is planning to introduce energy efficiency norm for other product categories as well. So the main reason for introducing these norms is mainly to have energy efficiency products, so that we can reduce the usage of electricity, and it must be in compliance with the ESG norms. We know that ESG is one of the very focus area of the government currently. And the last one is digitization. We have been seeing this trend in last 3 to 4 years. Every product category is now witnessing digital products. So again, this is a very fast growing trend in the sector. And the last part is the valuations. In India, every sector related to consumer, that is B2C sector, always traded at very high valuation, be it consumer staples, for example, HUL, Britannia, all these good Asian Paints, likewise auto sector in Royal and Maruti, Bajaj Auto, all these companies are trading at a very high valuation because India is basically a consumer driven economy. So likewise, the valuation of this sector as well is always going to be trading at a very high valuation. The company which always trade at a very high premium is always going to be Havells, which currently trades at 46 times 1 year forward. Why Havells always trade at a very high premium? Because Havells is the only company in India which has presence in all the product category, be it consumer electricals and consumer durable. It has presence in the almost 22 product category. So Havells is the only company in India which has a presence across product categories. Not just that, Havells is in the top 3 ranking in every product, in most of the product categories. So having this advantage, and again 90% of the Havells products are in-house manufacturing, versus if you look at all other competitors, they have only 40 to 50% of the manufacturing in-house. So in-house manufacturing, or also known as domestic manufacturing, is now the focus of the government. So again, Havells has the first mover advantage when it comes to manufacturing in-house or domestic manufacturing. The next biggest advantage for the Havells is the biggest distribution in consumer electricals as well as consumer durables. We all know that having a very strong distribution channel is the biggest strength for the consumer sector. So all these advantages Havells has as compared to the competitor. That's why Havells always trade very high premium. Next is Voltas, which also trades at very high premium. Voltas is the largest air conditioner company in India with 25% market share, and they had entered in the other consumer durable product categories in joint venture with the Volt Beko, which is an European company. So again, Voltas has the largest distribution channel, especially in the consumer durables segment, and they are also witnessing good demand traction for their other product categories, for example, washing machine, refrigerator. And the next one is Blue Star. Blue Star has mainly presence in the premium air room AC segment, but in last 1 year they have again entered in the mass premium room AC segment. The next is V-Guard, which is mainly in the consumer electricals and has more presence in the southern India. Then Orient Electric, Bajaj Electric, Crompton, Polygab, and Hitachi. If we observe the top three companies, which is mainly consumer durables sector, Havells, Voltas, and Blue Star, we can notice that the consumer durable companies always trade at very high premium as compared to the consumer electrical companies. For example, V-Guard, Orient, Bajaj, Crompton. So this is going to be the case always, because we have seen in the consumer durables part that the penetration level is very low for all the consumer durables goods. For example, AC, the refrigerator, washing machine. So that's where these companies are trading at very high premium compared to the consumer electricals goods. So, and also these companies are expected to grow at a faster rate than consumer electrical. That's why these companies are trading at a very high premium. So this is all about the Indian consumer electrical and consumer durables sector. I hope this video must have given you a lot of clarity about Indian consumer electrical and durable sector. Do send us any queries or doubts regarding this sector in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more learning on investing. See you soon with another detailed video on different aspect of investing. Happy investing. Thank you.